This is stuff you like, and Han and Leia were together and happy for a while after the end of Return of the Jedi, and that's important to me. They had a kid, and he had great force potential, and they were worried about him, and they sent him away to be trained by Luke, and he fell to the dark side because of Snoke and probably some other stuff. And after that happened, Han and Leia went their separate ways. Their grief over Ben killed their relationship, and a bunch of other things besides.
This is a Millennium Falcon. You're Han Solo.
I used to be.
At the beginning of The Force Awakens, Han has given up, and it's painful. He's chasing something. Money, thrills, danger, but whatever it is, it's not really working. Maz tells him that he needs to go home and that he needs to stop running, which of course raises the question, did he leave? Did Leia kick him out? How did that go down? We don't find out in the movie, but we do see the result, that he has given up on who he used to be. The pain of losing his son to the dark side has made him regress to who he was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. In fact, both of our pair have reverted to type, like right the way back to A New Hope type. Leia's in charge of the new thing that the rebellion became, because it turns out you just can't keep the bad guys down, and Han is smuggling. Poorly, as it turns out.
You used to have a bigger crew.
Seriously, Chewbacca, only reason this Egypt is still alive. But thanks to Rey and Finn and BB-8 and the needs of the galaxy, we get Han and Leia back together again, as much as it hurts. And Han, who always tries to understand, says,
Every time you look at me, you're reminded of him.
but he's misunderstood. No? Leia doesn't want to forget her son or her partner or her brother. She wants them back. She wants her family back. Almost all of the Organa Solo Skywalker tragedy in The Force Awakens rests on Ben, and for good character-driven reason. Luke and Han and Leia were pretty broken people before they had their damage and their wounds and their tragedies, but this is different. This is their child. If anything could turn Luke Skywalker into the sad hermit we see at the end of The Force Awakens and the beginning of The Last Jedi, it's the feeling that he let down his sister and his friend and his nephew, to say nothing of the young Jedi that Ben subsequently killed. And this is what we have to overcome to save the galaxy again. Yes, the First Order, but also Kylo Ren. And in the end, it's not the effort to blow up Starkiller Base that gets Han killed, it's that burning need to do what Leia asks of him, to do the right thing for his son. Ben kills Han and Leia feels it in the Force, and the Resistance save the day, but Han is still gone, and Ben is still Kylo. For now, at least. And I didn't enjoy that moment, but I understood why they made it that way, and I felt it was an emotionally resonant conclusion to the movie. The reason it's made that way, of course, is to signal to the audience that things are not good. That the galaxy far, far away is a dark place right now. That tyranny is something that is a constant threat, and that even your heroes with the best of intentions can fail to keep it at bay. A lot can happen in 30 years, and that includes a period of relative peace before the same old thing comes back around in a new outfit, promising the universe and delivering the Death Star Mark III, now it's the size of a planet.
So it's big.
Han doesn't want to die, but he knows the risk going in. He does it for Ben's sake. He does it for Leia's sake. He does it because it's the right thing to do. I said before that Han Solo reverts to type. When Ben turns to the dark side, Han reverts to the smuggler type, the gambler, the swindler. He runs from Leia and Luke, who are, to be fair, running in their own ways too. But he comes home in the end. He comes back to his best self. The self that saves farm boys from TIE fighters, the self that rescues princesses, the self that does the right thing regardless of the personal cost. Han loves Ben and Leia in the end more than he loves his own life. And Han and Leia's isn't a happy ending, per se, but even though it got really dreadful, I'm okay with it. Because they still got to be happy, for a while, anyway. Do I love that Han and Leia broke up? No, but I understand why, and boy, does it ever resonate emotionally. So if The Force Awakens retroactively ruined the original trilogy for you, then fair enough. But it didn't ruin Han and Leia's relationship for me, because there was happiness in the middle. And because there was hope at the end. Thanks for watching.